Welcome to Salon H Unbrushed. I'm Hillary,
I'm Lauren.
and we have our special guest today,
Sydney.
Yay!
So this is actually Sydney's exit interview. It's her last day, and I'm making her do my hair extensions one more time while I get ready. So it's a little get ready with me, but not on purpose. She has to work on her last day.
Yes, I do.
So it's like, let's talk about, you may hold one side, you being an assistant out of the gate. And now we're here and you're doing my hair.
I know.
You've come so far,
I've
Sydney.
been so scared. Actually, she did make me do her hair on the first week, and I was scared to death.
I,
Not
for the
her hair
record,
extensions,
I,
but
for the
her-
record, don't remember that.
her
You'll say a lot of
hair.
stuff. I don't remember.
Yes, 3 days in of working here, she made me do her root color, and I was scared to death.
Gotta put your feet in the fire a little bit.
Yeah.
How did you find Hillary in the salon?
So when I was in hair school, we came and toured, and I just fell in love with the salon. I was like, I want to be there. I went home and told my mom, I was like, that was my favorite one, and I want to be there. So I made it happen.
Yeah.
But actually, Hillary, through a friend of my mom's.
I was about to say we have an outside connection,
Yes, and so I got
but
her
I
number.
didn't know that
Yeah,
either.
So I got her number
until later. Does that mess you up if I do that?
What?
My clip's right there.
No.
Okay, go.
You're good.
But anyway, I didn't know that we had a outside connection either. So that was really neat, like small world kind of thing.
Yeah. So I got Hillary's number, and I texted her, and I was like, "Hey," and I actually saw on her Instagram that she posted that she was looking for a new assistant. And I was like, I
Yes.
feel like it's meant to be.
It really
felt like
it really
was
works
just
out. I know.
meant to be.
Do y'all remember like the interview?
Oh yeah, I do. For sure. So I don't think I'm the best interviewer, full disclosure. I'm getting better. Not that Sydney wasn't a solid hire, but
She talked to me the whole time.
I think that's the problem.
I could have been a serial killer and she wouldn't even know.
I talk too much and I think listen. But the last interview you and I did together was better, right? Like we were more really quiet than talking at people. Everybody has a weakness. I think that's mine.
I think all I said was, "Hi, I'm Sydney," and I think I said something about me love doing blonde hair and I want to be an assistant. She's like, "Okay, so you start this."
Didn't I say something about extensions? You love extensions or something?
Like, what do you love to do?
And I was like, sold. I need you.
Sold.
I need you.
So if you ever want a job with Hillary, just tell her.
Just say the magic word.
The magic word.
Extension. No, but it's been such a journey. It's been so awesome to watch you grow. And I just feel like you're such a gift to like me and the whole salon and everybody. Kind of like you're around. You really brighten people's day. And no offense to only children, but like your only child, that's rare. That you're like so caring and like
and selfless.
Yes, you really are. So like I said, I don't want to offend an only child, but you know, everybody stereotypes only children.
Growing up, people will be like, "Oh, you're an only child."
Don't bring her over.
Yeah, literally. People are mean.
No, I think you were raised right. Like your parents did a really good job and you just have a sweet heart.
I was kind of mean.
The true colors are showing.
I didn't like to share.
But sometimes you have moments where you're like, I think it's because I'm an only child that I feel this way. And sometimes I'm like, yeah. And then sometimes I'm like, no, it's more normal.
Sydney, do you have like any favorite memories that stand out when you think of the salon?
I feel like there's so many. Oh my gosh. I don't know.
When were you let's talk about when you washed face hair.
I wasn't gonna bring that up.
Why?
No, please. How far was that into me working here? I think Henley was here. I just remember
Hold on, backstory.
Okay, yes.
Faith was washing extensions in the back bar
She was
area.
prepping them,
Yes.
She was prepping them. She just washed them. She wrapped them in a towel and put them on the back bar where all the shampoo is.
Which is right by like where we collect laundry to go wash
Yeah, so just, well, you can tell the story. Or Or I will, whatever you want.
Or I will.
Okay.
Well, who's gonna do it? I was just there for the aftermath, so
I think Hillary should.
Okay, so we're just having our busy day, and then Sydney's doing a fabulous job just cleaning up and making sure laundry's done, staying on track. And this towel on the back bar just looked like any other towel. And it actually wasn't just any other towel. It had a client's hair extensions in it. So
This has been a very long time.
do we still have a photo of that? It'd be
yeah,
so
I do.
cool
It's
if I
on my
could
phone.
flash-
I'll
we can
insert
flash
insert
the
it in
photo, pan to that. Oh
I'll
my
insert
god!
the photo right now of the hair.
I mean, we can laugh about it now.
Yeah,
But it was a
I was
tragic
just
day.
doing laundry, like
Yes.
you know, I should.
Yep.
And I just grabbed it off the back bar,
hmm
and
She went in the washer, which is
yes,
I'm not sure if anybody's aware, but you do not put extensions in the washing machine. It was unrecoverable. Like
It was matted, tangled. It was just a ball. It looked like a ball of fur, like a tumbleweed.
you know that feeling where you like your stomach wants to fall out of your butt, and you're just like, oh god, like that happened.
oh yeah, that happened. To
Your
me
stomach
because
was on the
I
floor.
did it.
Sydney wanted to die,
I was
and of
in the
course Faith is
bathroom.
like, where are my extensions on the
Uh-huh.
back bar? And Sydney was like, like she just knew.
Immediately, I knew. that
Some
I
of
did
them
it.
were in the washer,
And
some
I
of them were in the
was not
dryer.
No, they were all
in the
just
wash.
bald in the washer. It looked like we shampooed like I don't even know. It was like extensions. It was so bad.
It was horrible.
So
It was like a
bad.
rat died in the washer machine.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I'm in the back, and Faith comes in, and she's like, "Where are the extensions that were on the back bar?" And I immediately was just like, "It was me."
Yeah, she's like, oh god, and they run to the washer, you know, like hoping for some reason.
They better not be. And
She was like, they better not be, and of course,
And I
Sydney just
just
wants
knew.
to die. You know, she's like, no, they are
I knew where
for
they
sure.
were.
They are. So that sucked, but we all got through it. We had to buy new hair.
I did cry on my way home.
I mean, yeah, you gotta let it out. It was just a sucky situation.
But you can't make it up.
And we, you know, all the feelings happened. So, do you need me to move or anything?
No, if I could just get this first one started.
Okay, I'm
then
sorry.
then
Do you want me to
I'll be
hold
on a
something?
roll. It's just so heavy with the two, and I won't slide.
Also, it is early in the morning, and we are just doing what we have to do to get ready for the day.
Do you need like the little wipey?
No, I just put it on my sponge.
Oh.
I know. I'm probably going to get roasted about how I put makeup on, but I don't like it.
Right now,
I have to
I'm just
blend
kind
two
of,
shades
like-
because I'm in the middle of like being tan and white.
The only thing that's grossing me out is I just saw all the foundation underneath your fingernail.
Well, I know, but it's going to come off on my sponge. Can't help it.
Well, other than washing the extensions, is there like a happier memory that comes to mind? Not so traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, everything was good. I'm trying to think of something like in particular though.
Okay, well, let's talk about where you're going. Well, Harper Ellis, that was a solid win for you.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like
Definitely.
that was a fun
I did that
education
in
day.
January, yes.
Uh-huh. Aren't you glad I made you do it?
Yeah.
So we make sure all my assistants are Harper Ellis certified. But one of the coolest things I think that came out of it is like we found your new salon where you're going.
Yes.
Because Sydney just recently got married, and she's moving to Conway, but the salon she's going to is in Little Rock. But I met the owner of the salon. It's called Salon Fix, and the owner's name is Natalie. And I actually met her at several of the Harper Ellis events that I went to, like the salon owner stuff.
Was she at the one that I went to?
No, she went, but there's different sessions too for that.
Oh.
So she's probably
I
at
just
a
didn't know if I
different
ran
one.
into her or not.
No, but she was at the Legacy Summit in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I just really like her. I've talked to her a few times and stuff like that, and on Instagram, you know, stuff. But it goes back to the whole like small world thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just really glad that it's such a community, but it's crazy how hair extensions brought all of that together.
Definitely.
I think.
They literally saved my life.
Yeah. Yes,
In
they do.
multiple ways.
But I think one of the coolest things is like when we brought Henley on board, you're able to like train her too.
Yeah, and I know Henley, so.
So maybe you don't have like a standout happy moment. I think one of your happiest moments is when you got your own like organic extension client. Like they just sought you out and you were like,
I think when people found me from Instagram and they told me that they found me, one of my clients, she said that she just moved from San Diego and her hairdresser in San Diego found me out of everybody in Northwest Arkansas for her. And I think that was like one of my moments where I was like,
Hillary's right.
Yeah. Because when I first started, and like I just wasn't crazy on social media. And I don't know, I didn't think that Hillary was mean or anything. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I annoyed you.
And that was the first time that I was like, oh my gosh, she's right. So Hillary's always right.
I was always. No, I love it because also
my jeans are so tight I can't get down.
They're your standing jeans only. Okay, so we've covered like probably the worst day you've had as an assistant to the best day you've had as like taking your own clients, but there's an in between. So maybe people don't realize how the process goes, but you are kind of tucked under my wing for a while, which I don't really have a set assistant program. It just kind of goes off like your work and the
progress,
competencies you can hit. Like if you can do this stuff and like you do your, daily metrics or weekly metrics, that's how we kind of measure your progress. I do feel like out of the gate, you were way more confident with stuff. Like I think everybody's different for sure, but you did have a confidence about you, which actually honestly makes me feel confident. So it kind of makes me not so nervous. Because if I'm sitting there like, I know she's shaking in her boots right now, then it makes me want to be like, I need to help them a little more too. Yeah, but I feel like you really nailed it. What do you think the biggest thing you learned?
I think obviously about hair and just more about it, and I feel a lot more confident in doing it. I think the main thing is like I just feel so much more confident in like talking to clients.
Yeah, you
and like the consultation, just watching you do that for like over a year now. I just think that that's all really helpful. And just like my confidence, I feel like I came in here kind of scared, and I was just.
It is scary.
When you're not hair school yet.
But I will say some of the. It's like great. I will say I think you can always almost always trace back to, not that we ever have like things go wrong, but if a client doesn't love it or something, which is rare, let me explain. But I think you can always trace it back to the consultation was a miscommunication. So we actually love photos, like when clients bring in inspo photos, but it is helpful to be real.
Definitely interesting to like when her clients do come in and I'm assisting her that day and they show an inspo picture, like to kind of see like which way she goes about it and then which way I would go about it. But usually she's right. But
well, let me just say, you've definitely taught me things too.
Really?
That's why I love. Well, sure. That's why I love working with assistants. Believe it or not.
You taught me how to take pictures while I'm taking a video.
Oh my God, I know. I went to a class. Where was that one? It was Brag and Blonde. Shout out to
her.
It's
Brag and Beauty.
Brag and Beauty. I always want to call her Brag. It's Devin. Shout out to her. She probably doesn't even know how much she changed my life with that. But not only did she have a banging color class for us, but that was like, what? I mean, it makes your photos so much better.
Was that in Dallas?
No, the one we went to was in Dallas. That you went
was in Kansas City. Yeah. Not to toot my own horn, but I've literally been all over to be educated. Seriously, Miami to LA and everywhere in between.
Hey, this isn't about
you. Why? Why not?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I will say we've done so much education and I was getting a little irritated paying for it all. because it wasn't quality education. So I've really started to pull back of what we actually spend money on, because we've had a few flops. I'm not going to mention their names, but education is so important. It's so expensive. So, because it's hard when you're at kind of like an expert stylist level to be taught something you don't know. And I've always thought no matter where you go, you can always learn something. But there's been two specific times where I was like, that was an absolute waste of money. And it really bothered me. So much pickier about what we do. Because I feel like a lot of new stylists or my assistants, they get really excited and like, oh, I want to go to this class and this class and this class. I'm like, hold on. You're going to do the Harper Ellis stuff first, because they are like all encompassing. It's kind of crazy. Don't you feel like it's really changed? Like I can tell you stuff all day long, and I kind of feel like it's like your mom sometimes talking to you, and you're like, wah, wah. But it's so much more helpful when they say the same thing.
Aren't you focusing strictly on Harper Ellis right now, like education?
Yeah. I mean, because even like I feel like you're learning.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm learning a lot. Yesterday I learned a lot.
That's pretty impressive. But you're going to another like Harper Ellis.
I am.
Salon. I don't want to say salon. That's the wrong word. But like she bought into the same program I did.
Obviously, I wanted to be at a Harper Ellis salon.
Well, yeah, you've come so far with extensions, and you've your color matching skills are impressive. Okay, I think one of the coolest ones is when your 16-year-old, I think she's 16-year-old client got extensions, and she just loved it so much. I was like, that's so sweet. It was just a precision color match.
Oh, yeah.
You're really good at that.
I know. I think so too. I don't do my own hair or anything. But I feel like I can just like look at it and I can tell like how many, of each I need. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
I would think that's probably the hardest part. What do you think the hardest part was about, being, well, maybe what's the hardest part about being a hairstylist?
I think I have a hard time with the people who don't really have like a reaction. Like, there's like, oh, I like it. I'm like, no, I need to be like, oh my gosh,
She hates
love
it. She
and
hates
I just like, I worry, I can't sleep, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, do they not like their hair? And I'm just like too much of a perfectionist that I worry about it.
No,
too much.
I'll say I do that too, and 90% of the time they text me about how much they're like, it's the best one you've ever done, and I'm like, oh, thank God, I thought you hated it.
Yeah, I think that's like the hard. I don't think I doubt myself as much as I used to, but I definitely think it's hard.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just too much of a perfectionist, but usually if I see something that I do want to fix, usually I fix it, right there.
Oh, for sure. I can't let them leave if there's like, I don't know, anything I'm gonna stay up at night. But that's also why I love having so many assistants, Lauren.
Yes.
Because I probably have too many assistants. Some days sometimes, but
how many assistants you have?
3 or 4. It depends on the day.
And every single one of us are used at all times.
There's only been like a handful of times where I haven't been able to like actually utilize, which sounds crazy, right? That sounds like not efficient, but it actually is quite efficient, because if in the event a client needs something, it's not like I'm worried about my schedule,
being
right?
To.
Yeah. Right, and I don't want them to have to come back.
It's crazy like how much they trust us because they trust Hillary, and they know that Hillary wouldn't let us.
That's what I was about to ask.
Sure.
Like, how does the process work of like when you think like Sydney was ready to start actually help you foil and stuff, or like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say?
Models help first. Like I can actually see what they do on a model, which means like they find them. It's not a client. I like it to be somebody they know or their family first. Yeah. Sorry, Sydney, I'll be still. I know it's a hard spot, but that's how I do it. Not just some poor random person off the street. But to be clear, they have been through beauty school also. They had to do that in school. However, it's not quite my standard of it.
But then was it hard for you to I don't want to say convince, but Did you ever have clients that were like, no, I don't want your assistant to touch my hair, like only you?
No.
Did you ever have
No.
that?
Well, I learned so back in the day, I've kissed a lot of frogs with assistants. This isn't
I didn't know
new.
that was going.
I've been
I know.
I've been in the assistant game for a long time. And well, I think since 2016, 17, I actually hired an assistant when I had an Orbe rep look at me and say, "How are you doing all this without an assistant?" And it's like I almost needed the permission to get an assistant. I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain that, but I just thought, oh my gosh, no, like nobody can touch their head. No, nobody else. They would just freak out, like
Yeah.
being my client. And they were like, no, when your client sits down, you just take control of the situation, and that's how it goes. Because really, it's benefiting the clients so much, like their schedule,
Yeah.
the time. I can there's certain things where it just processes a lot faster and a lot more even, and I'm not so stressed out about the front melting off that I can't really do the back. And when we tone it at the bowl, it just goes. I don't know. That's why I like having more than one assistant, because if I need them to do it while like another foil's taking me longer, they can do it. And I know they can do it.
Mhm.
I formulate. I don't ever put that on them.
And when Hillary's sick for the day.
Oh, God.
That was okay. The extensions in the dryer, and that day was the scariest days of my life.
That day
See,
was
I knew you would
stressful.
know. But it really wasn't.
No, at the end of the day, it wasn't. But and I
In the
felt good.
moment.
I felt very like confident that you did trust me, like with all your clients that day.
Oh, I was just like,
Uh-huh.
here, help. I'm out.
Uh-huh.
Which I never do. But I was dying, literally dying.
She was. What was wrong with
Food
you?
poisoning.
Food poisoning.
It was epic, y'all.
Mhm.
Epic.
So bad. I had to get an IV in my house. Anyway, it's just a huge benefit, I think. There's no way I could. And now I just go, if they're all in the back or something, I'm like, hello, I can't do this by myself. Get out here.
Yeah.
I don't want to do hair by myself. I think it's
Mm-mm.
such a disservice to not
I
spread.
feel like I've been spoiled too because Henley kind of jumps
She has an
around.
assistant all the time.
Henley kind of jumps around and helps everybody because she's amazing. But now I feel like I'm spoiled because she helps me foil.
But had Sydney been able to stay, she would get to that point where Henley could be her own assistant, and she could pay Henley herself, and then she would eventually.
And then you can get another assistant.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And
Well,
the whole
Sydney's
point
leaving.
is to keep.
So it's not gonna happen.
It
Yeah.
could though with someone
I
else.
mean, that's what I was gonna say. I think Natalie has the same like ideas I do, or coaching I do. So I think you will be like, not all is lost. That's what I was really looking for you, as a place where I thought you could keep going.
Yeah. I'll have to cut yours.
Okay.
How did
They just settled.
you tell
Yeah,
Hillary
that's
that
fine.
you were leaving?
Oh my God,
Okay, me and Hillary remember it
Sydney.
two different ways. So.
I remember it the right way because obviously that's not something you forget. Okay, go ahead and tell your fake version.
So we were at one of our Monday,
Second
second
Monday.
Monday education days, and Hillary looked at me. I think I was talking about, I don't know, maybe getting engaged or something. And she was
No.
like,
You were
I
talking
know
about.
you're
Let her
moving.
tell her story.
Okay.
And then you
Yeah.
can
Okay,
correct
I'm
her.
sorry. Okay.
She was like, I know you're moving, so you might as well just tell me. And I was like, okay, fine. We bought a house. Like, we literally just bought, like, a house, like, that week.
She's like, we put an offer in on a house. And I was like, Sydney, I died a little. Like, that really hurt my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
But I was really happy for you.
Subtle
And-
eye roll.
I think the reason that I was just scared to tell you, I knew you weren't gonna like fire me or anything, but I don't know, I was just scared to tell you.
Well, that brings me to another point. I have to be very in control of my emotions at all times because I don't want you to be scared, or anybody to be scared to tell me, like, hard conversations.
Mhm.
I'm okay with having hard conversations, but I am human, and I do have that first initial reaction. And I have to be like, hey, calm the F down and then it's okay. But I've gotten so much better with like all the shocks I've had that I'm like, okay, it's all okay. However, I pray all the time, so I know we're okay. I have to always jump back to that. Like, no, we're okay.
Yeah.
We're not lucky, we're blessed.
That's true.
I don't want anybody to be afraid to tell me stuff because there are going to be hard conversations.
I think I've just heard a lot of horror stories from like other salons of people, and they're just like, leave. And so I didn't think you were like that, but I think I just had that in my brain, and I don't know.
No, I need you. I would never tell you to leave. I'm like, stay.
We want Will to come up here.
Yeah.
When do you start again? Like, when do you start at the new salon, Sydney?
So, Tuesday. I'm excited, but it's all bittersweet.
No, I'm excited for you. I'm glad you're going there.
But like, I feel like y'all are gonna still tired of me.
Huh? What'd you say?
Yeah,
I'm
repeat
still gonna-
that.
I
You
feel
said-
like y'all are gonna get tired of me still, because I'm still gonna be like calling y'all and.
Oh, you know what the funniest thing I think she said was, just don't take me out of the group chat.
Like, I still want to put my opinion in.
Yeah, I
You're
think
not
she
gonna
told me the other
want
day,
to.
she's like, you have to call me and ask me what I think. And I was like,
Before any big decision
I know,
happens,
and
I'm gonna
on
need to
Monday
know.
They're having a class, and I'm like, can you put me on FaceTime? And Hillary's like,
Do you really want to be? You're gonna be down there getting all ready.
yeah,
Tell me
you're
which
gonna
one
be
to hold.
moving in
oh, fucking hell.
to your to your
Yeah,
house
that's
officially.
They're definitely stretched out.
Yeah, they settle. That's what I call it. I don't know what the technical term is, but
That's what Sydney and
my
Emily
head got
calls it.
smaller.
They're good. Also did Hillary's hair yesterday. Her wrists.
So who's gonna be your own personal hairstylist when Sydney's gone? The next one on the line, Henley?
Whoever can
It's kind of whoever
is available.
here.
Yeah,
Whoever's available.
because I've trained them so well.
You already told a story about me doing Hillary's root color first 3 days I was here.
Well, yeah, but I do not remember it like that. Y'all say a lot of things that I think aren't true.
Y'all just making up stories.
Yeah,
No. How would I make that up?
I'm just kidding.
And
Just because I don't remember doesn't mean
It's
And-
not
it
true.
didn't happen.
I was just
For sure.
scared, and I started blow drying her hair.
Oh.
She's so tender-headed. And she was like, the first, I barely started, and she was like, I'll just do it. And that's when I wanted to go home and cry.
Because you were pulling my hair.
She's very tender-headed.
Yeah, I'm a delicate flower. I do my makeup way better at home.
I'm
Just so you
only
know,
liking
it's
this
different
stream
here.
because it's going in Hillary's hair.
Yeah, that is
I don't
a
do that. I'll not
huge violation.
You'll always have Sydney with
You'll
you
always have
Thank
me.
till
you.
you're not.
Appreciate that.
You'll have to like post like more now that you're gone, so you can keep up with you.
I know.
Day in the life.
I just feel like y'all are gonna feel like I'm not even like gone, because I'm still gonna be like around, like all over social media.
Oh, I was
like commenting on everything still, and
No, just because like we won't get to hang out with you during like processing times and stuff.
yeah. We won't get to hear your laugh in person.
Mm-hmm. You won't get to shop for me anymore.
I know. We have the same shirt.
We do. Sydney, I'm gonna miss your matching sets so much.
I know.
Is that your thing?
Matching set.
And all the pink.
Oh my gosh, yes.
All your colors.
All the pink.
So you're gonna have to like neutral it down over there.
Well, I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't know.
She's just telling you that so you don't show up crazy.
No, she never told me that, but I was just stalking and I saw. bright colors.
I
think
thought
it's
you were
just, like,
saying
on
that she...
I thought that, but I think it's just on content days that they do that.
Oh. So we don't really have like a dress code.
We do have
Here.
a dress code, but not.
We don't have like
You
a
have to
color
wear-
scheme dress code.
Like I'd
Yeah.
love for y'all to express your own.
And that's like, yeah.
But I want you to bring it hard, you know, like don't just kind of half-ass it. That drives me nuts. I want it to be like, oh my god, that's cute. The whole vibe is cute,
Yeah.
you know? I think jewelry's a big part these days of like.
Well, yeah, because you could wear like a baggy T-shirt, but then like.
Yeah,
Chunk
bling it
it
up.
up, yeah.
Chunk it up. But also, I think when you have a strong shoe game, that's the most important.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm trying
jewelry's
to like
pretty huge.
bring my shoe game up, but shoes are expensive.
For sure. But you can totally change the whole look of an outfit.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
I love that. I think it's so neat. But, okay, so it's your exit interview. So what are things, do you have anything that you think that I could improve on or I could change or Lauren could do better?
Oh my god.
Okay, watch what you say.
Well, Lauren.
Watch your mouth.
No, I think Lauren's perfect. Duh.
Okay, here comes my roast.
I'm not even just saying this because I'm sitting right here, but I honestly wouldn't change a thing.
Oh, that's sweet. Really, there's nothing? Because I can
Cameras
think of
off,
like
what would you say?
off the record. I could think of so many things I could change.
Oh, I heard you about to say about me. I was like,
No. Okay.
You didn't scare me at first, but like,
I scare you now.
no, you don't scare me whatsoever. I don't know. I feel like right at first I was kind of scared of you, maybe.
Because I don't control my emotions. I mean, I feel like I do.
I just think like starting, because I was scared too, but I think it's just like new work environment and you're trying to like learn everybody.
But it's not like a bad.
No.
Do you think it's because I'm just blunt in the moment?
Yes.
Like, if you're doing something, I'll grab your hand and be like, don't do that. Do it like this.
Like,
Like, do I need to work on that?
I wasn't scared of that at first. Like, I like constructive criticism. Like, it's not
Yeah.
bad. It's just.
I do need people to be, like, strong enough to take that from me. But I'm never ever mean. I don't feel. It's just like if I see it happening, I'm like, no. Right there.
Like, she'll stop you right in the moment and be like, no, stop your hand and be like, no, do it like this. But she's not doing it to me.
Yeah. It's because I don't want you to do get into a bad habit.
Yes.
Because that's always like your muscle memory kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you start it that way, you're not gonna fix it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I think y'all needed the most help with right out of beauty school was just color bases, and that
Oh,
blew
yeah.
my mind.
For sure.
Like that to me is like,
the most basic.
yeah, but clearly.
I didn't do any. I did
So
highlights.
that's the other crazy part is to see the beauty school. I don't know, changes because I went 20 years ago.
Did you always do color bases and stuff? Like, was that like a thing that they honed in on?
They were just learning foils when I went to school.
Oh.
That's how I know. It was always like the cap situation, but we were learning foiling, and it was like, a new thing, and everybody's hair was yellow or orange. Everybody, because, toners weren't really. I did a lot of frivolous fawn rinses, and
What?
it's like
What is that?
for older ladies. That's basically my beauty school. It is a miracle I turned out the way.
Perfect.
Yes. Or skilled. Like, God. It's because you have to dig in and find your own education,
Did you ever have a moment that you were like, I don't want to do hair?
No. I did have a moment where I thought I was not ever going to do extensions. Because it was just
Did you
hard.
always want to do hair?
No. To be full disclosure, it was the fastest way, like the fastest gap of like going to school and being able to turn around and make money. Like the shortest amount of.
You're talking about like
Like from the
From
time
high
you
school?
graduate
yeah.
to the time you get a license to the time you make money.
Were the hours the same as they are now, or whenever you were in school?
Yeah, so I went in Tennessee because it had the same amount of hours as Arkansas because we didn't live here, but I knew I was coming back home. I know, so I did that. But where was I going with that part? Oh, the color bases.
Yeah.
They needed so much help on that. And I was like, that shocked me. So now I know to watch out for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll just be like, how are y'all not getting this? It's like the easiest thing. But then I realized they don't have enough product on their brush. Like I'm able to hone in on it, and then I'm like, don't let there be a white scalp. I don't want to see a white scalp.
Mm-hmm.
Because that means you didn't get it on there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that was shocking for me.
Or were you like most shocked that I was like very good in?
Cutting.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, you are. I'm always braced for it's going to be a lot of work, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're starting to figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't say figure it out. I think I always had it figured out. I think they just work together so nice. Like the assistants teaching the other ones, you know?
Oh, for sure.
That's what I mean.
With
Sorry.
that either.
I'm just nodding and smiling.
Like how Sydney's telling Henley what to do because she already knows what to do.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then Henley's helping Haley.
Haley. Uh-huh.
Sydney's like the big sister of the assistants.
She is.
And she's moving the.
Her little ducks.
What would you like? What advice would you give like new assistants?
I think to just take everything that like that she's not being, you know, when she corrects you, she's not being like snappy. She's just being trying to help you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like the main thing, and just like everything she does say. I mean, because she's saying it for a reason, and I kind of realized, you know, she was right. And like social media and stuff.
Yeah.
Was that good?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing assistants teach me is I can get tunnel vision where I'm just stuck in like what I do every day. It's routine, but it's also different, but not that different.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all just give me such a bright, even like you do too. Like, and I'm sure it's because y'all are younger than me also, but y'all have a different view on a lot of things. So that opens my eyes a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly social media trends.
I was about to say.
She's always like, what? And she
I don't
she
have
still
it.
she doesn't still get the holy airball one. I still don't think.
I mean, I'm
Don't
getting
try to
it.
explain-
No, I'm getting it
explain
now. But like, you know. But I don't stop y'all. I say go for it.
You know,
Barring we
like
don't
the
get canceled
times.
for anything.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about why I think assisting is so important. Should I let Sydney go first with that question? Or should I go? You go, Sydney. I want to hear your perspective. And I'm going to fill in the gaps where maybe you don't.
I think
Missed.
I think assisting is so important because when you're in hair school, you don't really learn how like a day in the life of someone who's like booked.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that, and you don't really know how to like manage it. And I feel like now that I can manage a whole day full of people and just like the general consultation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you get that in hair school, but it's not like
As in depth.
as in depth because you're not like, you know.
You're not getting
It's-
paid a lot of money to like
So I'm
make
just
their
like,
hair
okay.
creams.
But I think here, just like learning the consultation and just learning how to time manage.
So pretty much like the whole, it's like getting the experience, the real world experience of it.
Oh, for sure. And I just think that I feel a lot more comfortable doing anything now. Like anything that walks in, I'm like, okay, I got it.
So the day I was sick was probably like very like telling for you. Like you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should just be sick some days. Not really. I'm just kidding.
Like, no, please.
Do it.
That is one thing that like I'm really proud of you about is like that one day we had like 3 walk-ins
Uh-huh.
and you're like, yeah, bring it on. Like
Yeah.
I got it.
Yes, I would say that's probably gonna be your biggest.
Asset.
Mm-hmm. Because if you can just see past, like, especially when you're new in building, but if you could just see past the service that you don't want to do, or don't love to do, I guess you could say, you don't know what that one thing is gonna lead to, or
Mhm.
bring you, or what you can turn it into. You have to see past, like it's an opportunity. You need to take it. You don't need to be like, I don't do that.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm specialized in. Like, okay, whatever. You're gonna just do what you gotta do right now.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have the bigger vision and you can see past it, I mean, these people are choosing you. They chose our salon. They chose to come here out of every place they could have gone. Like that's a huge honor, and I think people take that, too lightly sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta be like, thank you, please come in. We love you.
Yeah.
And I think just thinking, well, I mean, obviously I'm moving, so my clientele's, but I think also with just walk-ins, I mean, that's a possible new person that could come in every 6 weeks
Well, that's
and
what I
be on
mean,
your
like-
books.
You gotta see past that. Like, you gotta make people fall in love with you.
It's not super hard with me.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Well, you do that by helping them love their
Yeah.
hair. But I think assisting is super important. What I'm learning more so now is not even just for brand new out of school people. Yes, for sure. I think it is like make or break. But that's because they don't know anything. But neither do stylists that join our team from, even if they've done hair for a year. I'm realizing they don't know our color line and they don't know how we do stuff. I mean, everything is so different that I almost think, you know, that's how everybody's gonna have to start out. At least assisting me one day a week, even if they've done hair for a while or fully booked, just because they don't know the ins and outs of everything.
I feel like I learned so many like tips and tricks with color. Like
Yeah, mixing it up for me.
yeah, like and you know, I feel like asking questions like even if you're just not sure, I'll always ask them like, why are you doing that? Or like,
But
not
also-
because I think she's wrong, but I'm just
Yeah, why?
want like clarification. Like, why are you doing that instead of this?
But also, I think that you actually see what that color looks like on people. You know, on that client, not just And then I think it's gonna help you formulate as you go on. I mean, remember? Okay, another bragging beauty. I always want to call her
Devin.
bragging. Yes. The huge tip she gave us at we were in Dallas
Do
then.
you think that's a good?
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's
do.
just hard to.
Do you like my one eyebrow?
Mhm.
Okay, thanks. Let me hold it.
You're good.
Okay. But even that huge color tip she gave us, you know what I'm talking about too.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we've taught it so many times.
Mm-hmm. But the formula, I was like, she's so smart.
Oh yeah, for sure. She is. I mean, she's just so like.
She's smart.
She's.
I wish my brain worked like that. I'm just too creative. I don't know. I'm excited to see what you bring to your new work environment.
Mhm.
I just want to keep watching you grow.
No, I'm excited to.
Sydney.
I don't know. And just bring like everything I know somewhere different, and even get to learn even more.
Yeah. What are they gonna teach you that you teach us?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, Sydney, I think that you're an amazing stylist, and you've really just blossomed so much, and I just love you to pieces, and I can't wait to see how you know, where you go.
We're gonna miss you.
Oh, I'm gonna miss y'all so much. So much. Y'all are like the perfect, like, I don't know, just people for me to blossom. I mean, I feel like I wouldn't have blossomed anywhere else.
You wouldn't be who you are today without.
No, I really wouldn't. I
Okay.
really wouldn't. Like, y'all are just all so amazing here. And every single one of y'all I love.
Me too.
And I can't say more great things about every single person here.
I know. The Fix is very lucky.
They are. If you ever want to come back,
When you move back up here, when Will gets a job here and you'll move here, you're gonna have to be an assistant.
You know what? I probably love that. Can I just be your assistant for the rest of my life?
Yeah. We'll do that together.
but only if you stay.
Yes.
No, if she moved. Oh.
I was like, I'm definitely moving.
Okay, well, thanks for getting ready with us. And we'll see you next time on Salon H Ross Unbrushed.